Alright, I think we're good, probably, to start. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included, the Spaced Out DLC.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so we're just gonna
DLC.
try and continue and pick up where we left off. What was that, 2 nights ago when we, started the playthrough of the DLC?
Yeah.
Sorry, we were totally meaning to continue streaming this, what was that, Thursday night? That was yesterday, right? Yeah, usually when we say stuff, we try and stick to it, but I'll be honest,
in this family, all of our Christmas celebrations usually happen Christmas Eve night.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got caught up in that, and then fell asleep.
Yeah, things have been a little crazy this year, in terms of, oh yeah, no, we're gonna be totally fine doing some of these things the way we want to. Haha, JK, no. It's gonna be a nightmare.
I like how you can do all the people at once.
Wait,
regardless of world.
Oh. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh. Yeah, I like that too.
And I still love the work in progress skills.
I'm genuinely curious as to what they're gonna slap on there, you know?
I love how it's a work in progress. I love it.
Like, work in progress skill. What is it? Even we don't know.
Again, I love it. It's awesome.
I'm leaving you alone. I'm willing to bet... Lyra is my overly stressed one. I'm willing to bet I accidentally overloaded her early, and that's why she's the one reaching such high...
stress?
Yeah, such high stress already. So let's do this. Alright, so where we last left off, we're actually experiencing some food issues right now. Oh shit. Ah. The noise came from over here.
Yes.
I'm kind of like staring like, what? Where's the issue? Alright, so anyways, moral of the story, we got caught up playing. I suddenly looked over the last time, and it was suddenly past midnight, and even though we were having fun, but it was pretty much just time to stop. And yeah, and then things happened, and now we're here. So okay, what I remember is I basically needed to shovel off this other researcher to the other colony. Yeah, because we don't have enough fresh water in the starting one, but to get more fresh water, we basically need fresh water to get to the freshwater generator. Or I'm calling it that, but you know, it's this thing, the water sieve. Crap. Well, do you remember what the other thing was that I needed, Kelsey?
Nope.
It was very important, apparently. And I'm pretty sure, there we go. It was that, so I can finish off the sensors for...
Oh yeah, you wanted an AND gate.
Yeah, I want the AND gate for capturing that hydrogen. Okay then. I want that for, yeah, purposes. You're already done? Jesus, you know, I'm pretty sure I don't need to keep flipping colonies to even do that. I don't know why I did that to begin with. Okay, technically we're gonna need the desalinator because we have a nice, cool, salty slush geyser.
Yeah.
I don't remember its name, I just know I've never seen it before. It might be DLC, or it might be damn near mythical for me, because again, the Montanui colony, the one with the 100 dupe challenge, that's the first time I've ever seen, crap, what's it called? That's the first I've ever seen of a, words not coming out of my mouth. I'm out here.
I don't know what to say.
The hydrogen vent, there we go. Yeah, that thing. Okay, so we are going to need to actually make more refined metal. Again, I need to be careful with this because I kind of need to run a sort of kind of power spine thing. Hold up, was the AND gate really not with it?
It should be.
Like, I swear it should have been.
It'd be under automation, though.
Okay, we're gonna Oh, I didn't go far enough. Okay.
Ah, there you go.
Never mind. Sorry, guys. Just, you know, switch all your shit back to that instead. And yeah. And yeah, I pretty much need to get more of the base under control. It's not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just I'd rather it get more structured than what it is now. That and they're just gonna keep complaining at me that there's long commutes. Even though I'm really gonna go with no, not really. If you think this is long, you should see some of your counterparts and some of the other maps I've done. Those were long commutes. I think we're also just gonna keep sending out dig commands just all around. Okay, if we do that, that gets us a huge vein of cobalt, so we don't have to worry about that. I should be far more worried about the fact that we don't have any kind of mechanical oxygen generation, or rather any kind of oxygen producing mechanics that aren't just a bunch of surrounding rocks and stuff off-gassing polluted oxygen, but it's okay. We can cope with this. Okay, if I push that over here, we're gonna run into some issues, but I think that's exactly, oh damn it, that's exactly the thing we're gonna want. Okay, we're still in trouble with calories here, and I really want to grab that cook because we have been needing a cook, but I'm kind of not wanting to grab it just because of all the negatives on him. Do you happen to remember what the other guy that we need is? It's an artist, right?
Yeah, you want them to look at pretty things instead of just blah.
Yeah, okay.
That's what you said you wanted.
I think I'm gonna just grab the fertilizer.
You don't want the increased decor, innately stylish?
Who are you looking at?
Far right.
Oh.
But then again,
hey, wait.
Husbandry.
This duplicant's radiant self-confidence makes the rattiest outfits look trendy on them.
Oh, that's not what I thought.
That's amazing.
Meant.
Okay.
That's not what I thought it meant.
I would, but no. I think both of us get confused with if it's a trait.
Catalina has a tier 1 art fundamentals.
No, because I don't want her pumping out like mediocre
fair enough.
Things. That makes sense, right? I was gonna go after the cook, but there's way too many negatives for me to want to actually want them.
I love the names.
I'm a little surprised they didn't add more names to it while they were at it.
No, I meant the names of the skills, not the names of the people.
I thought you meant the names of the people.
The names of the people are cool too.
Interesting. They're spending their time doing other things instead of doing the things I told them to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are doing the things I told them to do, but I'm pretty sure I gave the build order for this before everything else. Ah, they must be working up here. Yeah, they're kind of working up here. I'm gonna make somebody mop that. I'm also gonna ignore the fact that that's probably a soggy carpet now, and that would absolutely drive me insane. At least, personally, that would drive me insane. You know what? We're gonna try and save this here, I think. Eventually we'll flush this out a little bit better, but for the sake of...
It's salt water, right? A geyser?
Yeah, this is salt water,
okay.
Or a cool salt slush geyser. Okay. Again, I think it might be DLC, if not it might be mythical, like the hydrogen geyser for me. At any rate, who cares? It's here now. We're gonna try and capture as much of this as possible, hopefully. And yeah. Okay, like that we won't accidentally flood this. Nice. We won't accidentally flood that. We probably need to make that a little bit bigger and maybe try to leave the Wheezeworts alone. But that's pretty much okay. Feel like I should keep an eye on the other two in the Gravino asteroid, but as long as research keeps getting done, it's not really a big issue. Okay, looks like they prioritized the Rock Crusher. Now that's kind of interesting. Ah, that's the other thing I need to get the research going. Okay, that means the other two are not doing anything right now, since I only dropped in the one research station, the advanced research station. That means everyone here is either doing their actual crap or they're aiding the research over here, which is good. Again, I don't plan on double stacking any kind of research right now. I do feel bad for these guys though. They've got the yucky lungs debuff happening fairly often.
Yeah.
Oh well. They'll be fine. Probably.
I think they'll be fine. Are you gonna catch those slugs?
I might. I probably will. Okay, I want to say it keeps warning me about unrefrigerated food because this is not purely carbon dioxide just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a patient person. We're gonna let that go. Okay, so the research needs to be done for whatever it is we're researching right now. And we need to do the transformers because I'm not running the metal refinery without a transformer. That, and we've pretty much outran, or we're pretty much overusing some electricity here as it is. Or we have the potential for overloading that. I'd rather not find out what happens if we consistently overrun it. Oh good, they're actually getting some of this other stuff done. What? Oxygen is becoming scarce or low pressure. It's bound to be a max gas pressure problem, because don't tell me there's not not enough oxygen here. There's plenty. Also, we're totally just gonna drop those two in there for now. And good. It's transformer time. That would probably be somewhere up here. I should probably start getting used to searching for the things instead of just blindly roaming around, but this is fine too. Okay, back to Rikista. I do wonder how stop telling me that. I do wonder how many names they've given towards colonies and stuff. Or not colonies, asteroids. Okay, we're leaving Lyra alone still. And everyone else is pretty much just in the leave me alone camp. I think we're gonna reclaim those just because. Stop warning me about that, I know. I can't exactly do anything about it right now. Okay, let's go for there. We're gonna drop in like a few mesh tiles. I find it ironic that I'm basically setting up a power spine. Well, it's actually fairly close to the edge of the map, but I'm setting it up and it's kind of gonna be near the cold making machine. Oh good, the neighbors are back. there. You know, I'm just now noticing that I totally built this room a little too short. I'm pretty sure this was the last stream ago, me going with the, yeah, I feel bad for them, so we're gonna raise their morale and give them a nice hall to eat in. And then, well, this. I can't count, apparently. Okay, I'm gonna go with they're fine. These guys are technically not fine, but they're doing research, so who cares? Okay, we're gonna try and buy them just a little more time for doing things by giving them things to actually do. Obviously the research is going to be far more important, but just having the potential of doing other things is good enough for me, to be honest. And I totally forgot, because I don't tend to set these things up too often. It's just mess tables for the mess hall. Okay, we're just gonna go for a mess hall. I think we'll, like, vaguely structure it to look like one, but just leave enough room for it to be, upgradable later. Hi, I am Samuth. How are you doing today? I don't like having to keep an eye on two separate colonies all the time.
I thought it'd be awesome.
I thought it'd be awesome too, but it's much more, yeah, it's much more nerve-wracking than I thought it would be.
Yeah, we're doing good. It got cold for, Christmas, so that's nice.
Yeah, always
Don't you
good.
agree?
I mean, it's more Christmassy feeling rather than, like mid-70s.
I like your slugs.
Which is fine. I do too. Well, if I'm gonna do these nice wild ones, I need to go set up a critter drop-off.
Oh, that's
preferably.
true. Why don't you put it on top of that random dirt plot?
Because there's a plant there. Although it's a pretty negative decor room and area,
Oh,
so
Lord.
yeah. Why do you think I've been like, where? Oh, you're fine. I do love the ceiling collapse. Yeah, thank you for that. I do love the ceiling collapse warning, but oh shit. But it's a little,
I love how the mud falls. Who wouldn't think of that?
I don't love that the mud falls. It's another thing I have to keep track of now.
I think it's awesome.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
There we go. Like, give me back the power. Thank you. I tend to forget today's Christmas. Probably should have written that in. Oh well. Yeah, should I just capture the rest of the slugs? It doesn't look like them sleeping and charging this up does anything, or adds too much load to it. Which is weird, I would have guessed something bad would have happened. Oh shoot, did they finish that? Good. We should totally actually map this out. So I think first we're gonna do that. Kelsey, you've done this more often than I have. Would you give me a hand after I print out people or print out something?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to set up the ant gate.
I like the ant gates.
I guess we're going for more fertilizer. The calories seem to be steadying and stabilizing over here on this particular colony.
I'm a little sad that they broke the calorie.
Whoa. Hold on. Major eye irritation. This poor duplicate got a face full of irritating gas or liquid?
Oh.
That's new.
Maybe that's why they made the new masks.
Maybe, because I'd been seeing the yucky lungs because everything's just polluted oxygen, but I hadn't seen that one. I thought I read something else, but that's different.
Different.
Yeah, that's different. Alright, so hang on. I'm going to need the gate, and I think we're gonna run it. Yeah, we're gonna put it right there because this goes there. Okay. So we're gonna do. We're gonna do the gas element sensor there, and then I need an Atmo sensor that I'm currently not seeing. It's not just staring me in the face, right? You can confirm that I'm apparently blind. Hold up. Hold on a second.
The Atmos sensor is under gas, and you might not have unlocked. Yeah, there it is. You haven't unlocked it yet.
Ah. Okay, fine. That's what I'm gonna need next.
So you might want to make sure that's not connected to the...
Well, it's not connected to anything yet. It's kind of just there.
Okay.
Oh boy. So bad things keep happening when I'm not looking. Apparently.
Yep.
Probably should have
Very
noticed
bad.
that was mud. Oh good, look, there's no need to clean that because it's clean water flowing into where the clean water ought to be.
Yay.
Though, I suppose, because we've been mopping up so much of it, I should probably just slap down a bottle emptier already and program it, or have it receive water.
Yeah. Probably a good idea.
Yeah. Alright, then we start mirroring things around the base, like so, and try and pick up literally the rest of the cobalt that's just laying around. Oh good, calories went up again, so maybe we won't be doing too terribly. What is it, Gravino? Oxygen is not scarce, I can tell you that much. Okay, caught assigned to Lyra. That might be why you're having a bad time. I don't think everybody's eaten yet, which is weird. Stop telling me things. Everything's fine, don't worry. I can assure you the colonies won't collapse yet. Okay, we were just 4 tiles short of a full one of those. What's this? What did we do this time? Ah, automation. Okay, good. Everybody's eaten something, somewhere. I'll be honest, I forgot why I was doing this, but I'm pretty sure it's because I want to set up the metal refinery over here. And, yeah. I think we're going to try and take advantage of the fact that there's the thermonullifier right here by literally having the metal refinery here, have it shovel water over here, and should the need arise, we turn this on and try and cool off the water in the pipes. Well, you know, run it in a snake-like pattern and just
I love
run
your
it
random
out.
door over there that doesn't go anywhere.
I know. It's
I
like,
love it when they have those.
why is this here? Is there something hidden nearby? Probably not.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. Okay, so the next time the thing fires off, we're gonna go with... thank you for the water. We're gonna go with throwing down for the Atmos sensor. I'm also not used to being this far behind in terms of research, but that's only because, yeah, we usually prioritize a bunch of different things instead of this. I would throw down the yellow priority thing for construction, but I'm not too terribly concerned about it right now. Okay, that's gonna be an issue soon. We need to move that like now. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure any of them can actually dig through abyssalite, but due to my meddling, this is about to go, or this is currently unrefrigerated actually. I'm willing to bet there's not enough carbon dioxide, or...
Not yet.
Well, there used to be, it's just since I'm running this and they're expanding the base.
It's gone down.
Yeah, it's kinda going away. I think in light of that, we're gonna actually yellow those and leave things alone for now. Wait, do we really have no research, or is it because they need to finish research on their end? There's probably no research. Alright, I'm just gonna stay over here, oversee this, and make sure it gets built. Okay. I was right, nobody here can dig that, but if I leave that alone, they're gonna have trouble with the water interfering with that. As always, we're just gonna be lazy and apply the settings there and probably leave that intact. Okay, I said the Atmo thingy, and it's under... You said it's under the gases, Kelsey? You spotted it. There it is.
Yeah, it's always under gases.
Alright.
Or it has been in the past.
I'll be honest, I don't pay attention other than, it's all the research, go! Okay, hopefully now we won't be getting yelled at that there needs to be or that there is unrefrigerated food, rather. Is that ice? No, it's sand. I really hope that's sand, because it really looks like ice for some reason, to me. Let's go ahead and grab a little more of that. I'm not very optimistic in grabbing another, or rather making another researcher, but should it happen, we're gonna try and keep them separated so that things can keep just chugging along. Like, wait, did we get the large transformer that we needed? Good. Okay, so ideally we'd want to set up the power spine, but I have no real plan for doing that right now. Rather, it's gonna look terrible, and it's gonna be a basic reversal of, well, we're right back where we started. Peter just kind of sucks at doing things, and it's gonna be just awful looking. Here, to reduce the amount of, honestly, everything, we're gonna just hook it up there. I think we can afford to cheap out on some of this wiring by making it out of the cheaper heavy watt wiring. I don't think we're gonna reach a point where it needs to be something better than that. What I do need to keep in mind though is, by doing this, we basically have to upgrade
the entire
network again. We're again cheaping out because of heavy watt wiring. I think I've always accidentally overkilled it.
Usually.
Well, I don't think we've needed that ever. The heavy one.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's been overkill. Really, really, largely unnecessary, because I don't think I've ever made enough power at once to warrant that. But that's okay. The biggest issue here is going to be that we've got too much we're going to have too much negative decor roaming around because of all the heavy watt wiring over here. ideally we're gonna want to fix that very, very soon, but can count on that being an issue for like the next, honestly, 2 times we do this. I'll be honest, I move kind of slowly in doing some of these things, and you're hearing me calling it out now that it's an issue, but it's going to take a long while before I actually get around to addressing that problem. That's just how the way that's just the way how things end up working out for me for some reason. I do wonder how many of these guys I can just stack up in a room, because I'm really enjoying having the plug slugs.
I think they're cute. I like them.
They really are my current favorite pet.
Ooh, Joya seeds. I like those as
Wait.
a decorative.
We've got a creative one.
Go ahead, take the creative.
Look, it's a decorating one with increased decor already. Good.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank God. Would have gone for the Joya seeds, but I keep bitching that we need one of these guys, and considering Marie printed out with her own skill point, well, we can actually afford to get started. That and the calories are not like 1 day away, or less than 1 day's worth of food. Okay, where? I'm assuming since that opened up here, that means that the rotting food is actually here in this colony. I could be mean and just drop it in here. It'll be cold enough that it offsets some of that, and it's in carbon dioxide, but I don't feel like being mean to them and actually forcing them to go all the way down there for that. Alright, since that was the Atmos sensor, that means we've got enough, or we've got the necessary requirements to do... Wait, is that really what I want to research? No, we're going to go for more decor. I'm going to sprint for getting the marble blocks, since they are my favorite art to spam. Okay, so that should give us literally everything that we need, which means the ammo sensor goes there, and the automation wire just goes right there. So you turn green whenever there's hydrogen in here. Oh wait, no. Do I need to stop that? I do need to stop that research. That's the other thing I needed, Kelsey. I said I needed the gas reservoirs. Because I'm not... I should set up the infinite room, but we're not gonna right now.
Yet.
Yeah.
Aw, there's a gulp fry in that little patch of water.
Where?
Left, up. Look.
There?
Look at him, he's so tiny.
Wait, is there an actual gulp fry, or are you talking about just
look
a
at him,
paku?
he's so tiny.
No, it's a paku fry.
Oh, well, he's so tiny and cute.
Hang on, I don't think... No, the conditions might be right in that particular pocket. Okay, I'm not in any real hurry for sorting this situation out right now, but I think we can definitely afford to actually start, or continue mapping out how the base is going to end up, or rather how that particular floor is going to end up. Okay, this will cause some mud to continue collapsing. Okay, yeah. I need to learn how the mud actually looks like, because I keep mistaking the polluted dirt as mud, and it's not. There's just a lot of things that I feel like I need to adjust to in terms of seeing how this map, or how this DLC is playing out. Alright, so like we said, we're just gonna... I overdid that. We're just gonna use that, the cool slush coming from this geyser, and use that as the metal refinery coolant. We're gonna send it out like this way to maybe vent out some of its heat, not necessarily in a radiant pipe, but just a normal piping system. We'll feed it into a water sieve, and then we'll actually get some clean water coming in. And then maybe I can actually get some good plumbed bathrooms in this space. This may be a record for how long I've gone without plumbed bathrooms, to be honest. I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's usually a pet peeve of mine that I definitely need to go for that. Like, it's the first thing I build, it's the first thing I rush. Okay, maybe not the first thing I build, because I will probably make outhouses, at least to get us through the research and the time for setting up all the infrastructure, but it's usually by the 10th cycle that there's some sort of plumbed bathroom, lavatory situation going on. Okay. Time has come to actually round up the rest of these guys. They're probably not too... Can I not touch you? There we go. They're probably not too happy with me and the fact that how many are going to be stuck in this room, but the fact that I'm getting so much free power by just leaving them like that is kind of hilarious. Oh, he's tame! Also, what would you call that, Kelsey? I think it's just, like, a thing on their ear, technically.
They have tags, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's their ear, though. It kind of looks like... Yeah, I have no idea. It's just, the tag's on one of their feathers or something.
Sure. Okay, you guys are actually finally idle. Is it because you guys are waiting on the other research to be done? Yes, you are. Okay.
You can make them big.
I think we will. We're just gonna... I mean, it's just basically gonna be colony number 2, to be honest. I don't foresee us needing to move over here, but we are gonna need people doing the oil refinery stuff in this particular asteroid. I guess I could call them their actual names. We're gonna need some kind of base, actual permanent base on Gravino. I assume that's gonna be the case for most of these other asteroid / colonies, that people will need to come over here and actually continue what... Oh, no batteries here. Or, yeah, no batteries here because I accidentally screwed the system. Here you guys go. I should really play around with the teleporters. Not that teleporter. The machine teleporter thing. And I should probably, like, grab all the ethanol and just pull it together somewhere. Also, I'm very certain that this particular place is actually going to run out of water first, since there doesn't appear to be anything... There doesn't appear to be any generator here for water. And honestly, we're just using it right now as a way to get the research going. We may call these 2 back over to the Rikista asteroid, but probably not. There's no real harm in keeping them here right now. Other than, you know, probably horribly delaying our science capability. You guys reach that? I'm gonna assume that's a yes through this doorway. If not, then oh well. Okay. We're gonna have this as some weird dual-ish dual-sided colonies, so we'll take that as the main shaft down and up, and we'll actually set this up as a floor under, but this might be like their actual living quarters, so maybe a mess hall for them, and maybe another bedroom to help house other people eventually. Okay, assuming they're going to start doing research now, we can leave them alone once again. I'm pretty sure the 2 plug slugs that I needed to get captured have been wrangled and actually thrown in there, so no real worries there. My biggest concern is actually getting that dude back over so he can continue looking at the stars. I wanna, but I'm gonna we're not in an ideal position here for... Hey, Lyra, turning it around. Okay. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know why Lyra is suddenly so happy. It could just be that she was the last one.
What's the air at the left? Is the hydrogen, carbon, and yellow at the bottom where your food is? What is that? Is it just intermingling in a weird way?
Hold on, where are you looking?
Left.
There?
Left.
There.
Left.
Yeah.
There. Down. Why is it a weird color?
Oh, polluted oxygen, and you know what? We're just gonna bring up the gas.
Yeah, it's just intermingling in a weird way that kind of looks purple.
It might be part of the biome and the amount of gases actually available.
Oh yeah, I forgot the biome changes colors too.
At least a little bit.
That would do it. Never mind.
Okay. Good job spotting that, but nothing
You're welcome.
Nothing to actually worry about. You know what? I really don't need to see those diagnostics. I'd rather keep the sulfur pulled up just because I am feeding those guys. What? Stop telling me that. Like, we're just gonna keep ignoring it. Stop telling me that. Okay. We can safely dig that. I think we're gonna go as far as this first, or I say first, but we're gonna go as far as this Wheezewort for how things are just gonna come over and just do things. Mostly because I'm pretty sure we're running it like that. Run it back there. We may piggyback the power for the water sieve off the metal refinery one. Oh good, fireworks.
It's not dark enough for fireworks right now.
I know. Oh, we can flip these. I'm not sure if I knew that.
Wait, what?
We can flip water sieves.
You know, you would think that we would both know that, but
we don't. Well, I mean, it's been such a crapshoot for some of these things. It's like, you can flip that, right?
No.
No. Are you sure? Okay, so there's that. Like, dirty water goes in that hopefully will be warmed up enough that we don't have to do anything else to it. And then clean, hopefully not frozen water comes out. Yes, I know we have to also do... Right, that doesn't work anymore. We also have to do, Hold up. Nope, I am not taking that cook. I'm not taking this as a cook. They're a kitchen menace.
I still love that.
If I ever get a kitchen menace, Kelsey, I'm naming it after my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Just cause. Would you like to tell that story?
This is my favorite story that, you know, to explain why we say that. My sister, whenever we were in college... Hey, Peter, hold on.
Yeah.
Go back to your electrical school.
I know, there's one right there, but if I hit cancel, I'm gonna have to redo a few things. Oh, wait, no, if I do... Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. There you go. Anyways, back in college, when she was a junior, she had transferred schools and transferred back for many reasons. But because of that, she couldn't get back into the dorms. And because she wasn't in the dorms, she didn't have a meal plan. Which she was fine with that, because she got her boyfriend, who is now her husband, to buy pizza and send to her, because he lived 2 hours away at that point, because he had just graduated. But so she had a kitchen. She lived off campus in an apartment, had a kitchen, and she would complain to me that her stove was broken. It was slanted, and that's why her eggs burned. Specifically because it was slanted.
Yeah.
I just love her logic.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not why eggs burn. Eggs burn because you don't watch them.
I mean, you can think that that's what happened, but...
Yep.
But sure. Hold on, can you tell me? Hypothermia. Yeah, there's definitely enough coal here that I can just fill myself a little carbon dioxide room and just have that as a refrigerator room. I don't know when I'm actually going to get around to doing that. Probably not for a while, to be honest. What I will do, though, is gently encourage the dupes to hurry up with the whole building this complex a little bit faster. Are you guys still doing fine? Good. I guess I should add resources to show me how much algae's on that particular asteroid. Might be a little important. Also, I wonder what's going on with the water, because it doesn't seem to be too... It's not cold enough to actually be freezing in place, but it seems to just be reacting so strangely. Okay, we can totally take out this little ladder. That doesn't need to be here. Eventually, we're probably going to have two separate gas reservoirs just sitting here collecting this hydrogen. Ideally, if I had the foresight and actually set up the power spine now and had a room capable of being designated as a power plant, we would just be feeding this directly into a combination of a gas reservoir and a hydrogen generator. That, or we would have designated some room to be an infinite gas storage room, would have built it by now, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. But I'm a little more disheveled as a person right now, in the sense of like, well, I gotta make sure both colonies are running, and I'm really curious as to see what other planets are out there, or rather what other asteroids are out there. So we're not exactly moving as quickly as we could, or should. Oh, that's the fun. The fun's in the journey, not necessarily the destination. And apparently taking what's probably going to end up being like 100 cycles to set shit up is going to be part of the fun. Hey, this is a carbon dioxide room. Okay, so hopefully... Yeah, I saw that. I read that every so often, and I think I read like minor skin irritation. I don't see it too terribly often, but I'm pretty sure it's just warning me that they're in a strange enough atmosphere that they're not happy about how things are panning out. Also, 1320 is not bad. That's gonna be a hell of a lot of metal to use right now, and I'm honestly halfway crying about it already. Hang on, 740, 440. Okay, not gonna have a good time there. I think since we're so close, I'm gonna go ahead and deconstruct the rock crusher, but extend the line. Hang on, were you guys comparable? 240, and I'm pretty sure the pump's 240? Yeah. I'm gonna leave the orders for that in terms of the heavier conductive wiring, or the conductive wiring, my bad. And just hook up the pump down there to this already existing installation. Since the rock crusher will be swapped in for the pump, we're not going to have too many power issues. And since, again, our researcher is actually... Hey, the water bot's actually working today. Since the researcher is off on the other asteroid, we aren't exactly using the telescope up there for really anything. It's just hanging out. What we will do is, again, just gently rush them for that. Kind of hope that they get it under control and start actually going faster towards completing that pump. Can you hold that? Good. I'm pretty sure we don't need plumbers right now, but sure, why not? Okay, you get to stay alone for now. I need to help Hassan out, and I'm pretty sure... Who's my alone percent? It's still Lyra. Lyra is still the one struggling the most with stress. Sadly, oddly. Even though she's doing really well.
Drink!
I know. You didn't hear me about it? Or say
No.
anything about it? I could go for another coffee. Actually, I do have some coffee left. Is it
It's
any
like,
good?
Yeah, it's like, make sure you haven't finished your coffee.
It's still good.
It's like, yesterday you didn't finish your coffee. I found it this morning.
I forgot about it.
Yep.
It'd be bad if it were like just laying around in a mug. It's not. It's actually in a little what do you call this, Kelsey?
I don't know.
No, the thing I'm actually drinking out of.
It's like a travel mug.
It keeps it warmer for.
Well, it's
it's a decent amount of time. It's not like.
it keeps it warm for about 2 hours. So it's not really. It's more of the kind of thing you can get a gift for Christmas for someone who likes hot drinks, but don't expect them to use it forever.
Okay, I need to be really careful with this. I totally forgot that with the way that I'm running things, it'll be good for coolant for the metal refinery, but given how close it is to having so many things, the moment this is able to be fully built with conductive wiring, we need to, because I need to add in a filter to make sure it's just polluted water coming in. And since that's done, we're just gonna go ahead and actually run 20, because I'd like to get some clean water actually up and running. But I feel like I didn't give myself proper room to develop the colony. At least in a quote-unquote traditional sense for how these types of things take shape. I think it's because I panicked and I just trapped all these plug slugs in. Send a green signal if it's above, oh, let's say like 500 grams. So in theory that ought to be turned on. Yeah, it's turned on, but because we don't have anything coming to it, there's nothing we can do. Yeah, 2 of these from the get-go. I don't want to get caught having getting that all clogged up. Alright, so hydrogen goes in. Or rather, hydrogen comes out and it gets filtered like that. We'll worry about that later. We might stupidly make it loot, but that's okay. And then once that gets built, we probably don't have to worry about it anymore. Probably. Okay, it's only 65 degrees, but it's at least warm enough that it won't screw with the water sieve as it's getting used. Which is not bad, it's getting like plus 50 in terms of temperature. Oh good, maybe we can get something good. What do we still need to cook? I can agree with that cook. Animal lover. Aw, the fuzzy snoots, the little claws, the chitinous exoskeletons. This duplicants never met a critter they didn't like.
Fuzzy snoots. I have to agree.
Quick, alright, and then I would say they could be a backup researcher, but we'll see. I just really need them as a cook. And I should probably already designate them as a cook. Because the one person we have to sacrifice for that, we might do the skill scrub. Did I ever tell you how I learned to pronounce that word? Chitinous?
I have no idea. I assume that's good enough.
Oh, it is. It's just that the frickin' college biology professor, the one that was a hard ass, kind of just yelled at all of us like, it is not chitin, like this, it's actually derived like this. Like, okay, chill bro, but sure, I understand. And I mean, to a certain extent I do, but chill. Okay. Once again, we're just gonna gently encourage them to hurry up. I think ideally I might extend this further down, this return valve further down, but also open it up so that there's airflow tiles from the bottom, because unless I set like a... crap, I'm forgetting names. Unless I put in the thing that I don't have here, the electrolyzer, down here, it could serve as a hydrogen gas capture system, mostly, but I don't foresee us accidentally vacuuming this room. Thankfully. But I'm a little worried about what I should do for that. Oh wow, we're actually out of power thanks to the metal refinery. Okay, is there power? Yeah, there's still power to there, or a power wire there. Here, enjoy having that. Okay, in that case, assuming we do have a person capable of mining, I think we'll do that. We'll set up some sort of power room over here, so that way they still get the benefits of some nice decor on their way to it, but it's a slightly shorter power room, or at least an oddly shaped power room. Okay, if I'm good about this, we're gonna screw with the way they're gonna get there, but only in the sense of... no, I can't do that. Only in the sense of me trying to leave some of this wild food sources available. What it does mean is that we basically can't touch this section, because if I dare mine out the sand, we lose that grub fruit plant. And right now, food is in just enough necessity that I don't want to tempt anything or really screw the colony that badly. Okay, I do wonder which cook is cooking. It's the first one. Okay, let's just... crap. Okay, there's some issues there and I should fix that. Yeah, I should fix that. Like, we'll run that. Run that. And we're just gonna start getting rid of these things.
Don't you want to get rid of the one underneath the box as well? There's a little dot.
Oh. Yeah. I was under the assumption it was gonna get deconstructed anyway. So hang on.
No, I think it can go under. I don't know why, because it doesn't make any sense, but... yeah.
Oh well. Okay, so we're just gonna try and let things run, hopefully get enough clean water coming in that we can actually do some stuff, and not really worry about it. Yeah, the bad thing with this is just how much power the metal refinery is taking. It's literally taking up everything the plug slugs are generating. Which is fine, I anticipated that, but apparently not well enough. The good news is we're not wasting charge from the plug slugs. We are able to use all of it up, and everything's fine, but it's still a little annoying that it's turning out to be this way. Okay. The question does now become, where do I really want to store food. Like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure I screwed myself a little here and screwed the colony because I didn't plan this out as best as I could have. But it's just the way that everything ended up landing. Quite literally. Okay, whoever is able to mine that, I'm going to gently encourage you there too. We're gonna check out what's going on in Gravino. Someone's idle, and I don't see where he's idling. I really don't see where he's idling, but that's okay. Maybe we'll summon him. There you are. Okay, by now there definitely is more mealwood seeds that I can do that. Again, I should be careful with where we dig, just to not upset the balance of where our current food storage is, because we really need to keep that, leave that alone and keep that as it is. I guess they'll just be happy with continuing the base as well. Hopefully. Oh. I was almost under the impression that there was going to be something there because of how the game didn't let me just put in a tile right there. Hang on. Let's go resources, and I think the best course of action is going to be to mine the dirt and mine the one more thing over here. The algae. Oh, you know what? I can totally search that and I don't need to be scrolling around instead. I really am enjoying some of the new things they've done to help this out. Hang on. Supply teleport input. I'm gonna activate that and see what happens. Since the field researcher happens to be on this colony right now, or in this colony right now. And yeah, if we do good enough, we're probably... I gotta fix that. Hold on, are you not done activating it? Okay. I just wanted to know. Okay, teleporter disabled 1 out of 2. Does that mean I need to activate it from the other side as well? Or is it that I need to dig my way up here and activate that one as well? I mean, for now, I don't foresee us doing anything like recovering resources from the teleporter, at least right now. Okay, they'll probably be okay. At least they won't be stressed, but they won't be really doing anything for now. What I do need to do is continue this floor. Okay, we can afford to go like that, because I'm pretty sure the sand is just going to stack up and it won't be like too big an issue in terms of it spilling out, I guess. I've never seen it do that, and if it starts doing that now, I'm going to be so angry, but oh well. Alright, so for now, this will end up being just a form of a rudimentary power supply room. I'll expand it further to the left later. It's just that we're just gonna leave things alone for now, and also we're gonna rummage through these lockers, and we're also gonna cheap out and just ladder our way over there. Okay, so that should be fine. I don't think... Dang it. I don't think we have another researcher right now, which means I might run for one, but I might not. Okay, I was gonna take this guy for the starts with the tier 3 skill, but the calories are still gonna be an issue for now. I think. I may just reject everyone for now, and well, not reject all, but rather print out salt water just for getting some sort of consolation prize out of this. Although there's a lot that I like from Lindsay, but 8 people on this colony right now is kind of gonna weird me out. Yeah, I'm just gonna run like that because I think our best course of action for now is gonna be to make sure we get at least one more researcher um, available and just going around and doing things. Though now I'm wondering what all are they doing? Oh good, they've almost made it all the way over here. Given that the water level seems to have changed and now there's water over here, we're probably okay in, yeah, having the cool salt slush geyser continue pumping out water. Or rather, continue pumping out slush. Okay, that needs to change, quite honestly. I think we're gonna sever the connection there and try and save as much face as possible in terms of that. What I do need to do is actually more properly set up a battery bank, and we may build it into over here just to grab all the sulfur.
What does sulfur have to do with it? Just that you want the sulfur?
These guys eat it. The Sweetles.
Okay.
So that's my...
Their legs are weird.
I know. I like them.
I hadn't watched their legs.
There. Does that make you happy?
It's very strange.
Hold on, what do they look like slow? Okay then.
I mean, they're still strange.
I get like a touch of tall bird just looking at them from Don't Starve Together. Or Don't Starve Together.
I hate tall birds.
Dude, what was up with that fortress we found?
I know.
Creepy.
Those are creepy.
Hey look, the automation's working. I mean, I was just borderline concerned that I hadn't properly set it up, but it looks like we did. It looks like it's good to go. Yeah, good. It's probably also conserving power as it goes around, so no need to, no real need to worry about that, necessarily. Man, she's noisy.
She's very happy.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so like I said, this might end up being a weirdly shaped one because reasons. Okay. Wow, 3 of our toilets are actually out of order. That's not ideal. That and there's probably going to be some germs in the water for the foreseeable future now, thanks to that. But it's not like we've got... It's not like we don't have a germ problem currently in the colony.
Yeah.
Oh well. I'll fix that later. That and now there's an actual sizable carbon dioxide trap down here, so we may shift the food somewhere else, but I've got to make sure it's not in the liquid because then we get a fricksake. Then we get a different issue going on with that.
Yeah.
1400. How are you 1400? I'll be honest, I fail to see how that's 1400 unless it's counting that as plus the transformer, but okay, anyways, how are we doing in terms of upgrading this? We've got enough to do some stuff. Okay. I can ditch 2 batteries and replace it with a temporary transformer. I think we're gonna get rid of the microbe musher since I threw that down in a panic, but we never did anything with it. Okay, at least they're not gonna be wasting their time trying to no, don't give me that. At least we're not going to waste our time trying to repair an over... what's it called? The overloaded wiring up top. It doesn't look like I missed anything in that particular line, but I think we're just gonna... Okay, if we do that, we're not getting any power. So we need to run... Well, we need to run stuff that way. Okay, let's just disable that building. I know that I've basically just screwed everything in this immediate area. 12.5 and you're just running that. You know what? I'll take the loss of power right there. Okay, deconstruct all that. I'm pretty sure I can just cancel that instead, and pretty sure it's not gonna let me do... It's not gonna let me slap down this transformer just because there's stuff in the way. And the real bad thing and real shame about this now is we're losing all the power being generated by the plug slugs tonight, since I disconnected it from the rest of the power supply. But again, this is the kind of stuff that, frick's sake, happens whenever you're not doing things in the right order. Yeah, we borderline need to hurry up and actually get them plum toilets, because I'm getting a little tired of having to babysit these. And by babysit, I mean actually turn my attention to them, because I feel like somebody should have been taking care of that. Ah, that would actually make sense that there's no dirt here. So hang on, does that mean I actually need to build that thing and create polluted dirt, or just stupidly ramp up the amount of compost piles to help get more dirt into this colony? And also, does that mean that that's what I should be using the... That's what I should be using the teleporter for, just sending some food from Gravino and sending some dirt, so that way this particular colony will do okay. I'm now beginning to see the intricacies they're trying to pull with the whole manage multiple colonies, because not everyone has everything they need. Which, that's really cool in my opinion, but it's gonna be... I feel like it's elongating the amount of time you're gonna need to play for doing the initial setup of things. Which is fine, I'm not complaining. I mean, I like this game, I love this game. It's just... wow. You know, like what all is it that you're wanting us to do? Okay, so watch this shit. We're gonna hook up all the batteries like that. And just deconstruct that. We're gonna start building with this stuff. I know this wheel is technically on the wrong end of things, but that's okay for now. We'll be back for it later. Mostly because I'm trying to do like emergency maneuvers for how I should be doing some of this stuff. There, in no particular order, you guys can have those too. And yeah, dirt's gonna be an issue unless we get more water faster. And the only real way to get more water faster is to actually run everything together, or find yet another asteroid that has more water, or, you know, get our power supply stabilized so we can use this nice brine water. Also, yeah, we've definitely got a lot of germs running around now. Because they were, you know, peeing themselves. And can somebody activate that? No, nobody's got the skill in this particular colony. First of all, there's that guy. Okay, you are not half, or no, you're fine, it's just where I was hovering. If anybody's able, I may stick them with researching, and it may end up being Gosman, just because she needs at least astronomy to get to rocket piloting too. And we're not really in need of a doctor at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and slightly stress her out with that part. I know that we need field research for the teleporters, but we'll hang on. That's the one that's over there. Okay, so what exactly is everyone else doing? Okay, we can re-enable that building. All it'll do is really turn on our grill again. Probably. We're gonna try and leave that alone. Okay, power loop detected. Where did I fuck up?
A power loop?
Yeah, power loop. There it is. Okay, so technically if we just destroy that there, and then redo that, there we go. Now there's no power loop.
Yay!
Hang on, I gotta rebuild that. Hey,
Aww,
okay.
a sweetie.
Sweet old larva. Yeah, we're just gonna
He's so cute.
We're just gonna print that guy
Look
out.
at him.
It's kinda gross looking.
He's like a little candy corn. Except black and green instead of orange and
Like I'll
white.
go with that. He's definitely a candy corn
He's
then.
a candy corn.
Okay, so once again, doing the whole gentle rushing of things. You guys can hurry up over there. Yeah, see, it's not that bad. Back over here. You know, things seem largely okay over here. Yeah, stop warning me about over there. I know things are messed up. Actually, no, I should use that as that. We'll think that through, actually. Okay. So one of those ends up being a barracks with room for potential, God damn it. With room for potential, oh no, did I doom them all? Nope, they're okay. With room for potential expansion of bedrooms, since that's the colony that has oil production capabilities, and that's definitely going to be the one that will have, yeah, those things happening. You know, crude oil into petroleum. Okay, so does that count as any kind of room? Remove conflicting buildings. Okay. Like, we will not. But, in doing so, this is 85 tiles, and I'm pretty sure it's like 64 is the max. Assuming we've got the resources, we're gonna... We're just gonna help map out these sorts of things. You know, like, knowing that it's at this size, it's 8 cots to make the 64 for one of these kinds of rooms. I mean, it may have been better suited being placed over here, but I'm not in the mood for actually trying to do that. At least right now. Hold up. Like, I still want to know, like, how do I use you? What if we do allow manual use? And what would dirt... Oh, that's a dumb question. Okay, you need power. Why am I not surprised? Okay, I need to learn how to actually do stuff with this. Though, what? Ooh, are we actually gonna have oxygen problems now? I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so we've got to contend with the huge negative to core. I've gotta, if I'm gonna try and do any kind of additional research, we've got to move, well, that somewhere where it can actually receive power. And while up there really served our purposes much earlier in the game, it's not exactly at that point right now. I don't know. We're probably gonna slap down another, like, I don't know, 25 quarters of cobalt ore. It occurs to me that I need to walk a really weird balance here, because if I over drain these, we're gonna not have enough polluted water for feeding some of these plants. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And if I don't do it enough, we're not gonna have enough water to actually do things with. Okay, oh, we're only at 13%, and it's only Lyra that's struggling. That's not bad. Okay, since this finally finished out, I think we're going to continue with the digging out of, well, digging out here. I think we're just going to basically do the same here, only we're gonna use this middle existing section for something else later, or just leave it as a nice little gap area. I highly doubt we have that particular yeah. Oh, hold on a second. I hadn't read what the oxygen mass station said. Apparently we don't need to set up that
Ambient
whole
oxygen?
system, yeah.
Huh.
It draws it in.
That's nice.
So instead of having to set up an electrolyzer or at least an oxygen delivery system, it's just...
You still have to make sure it's in an area with oxygen.
Well, yeah. Otherwise it won't work. Alright, so we can't do the power station room quite yet, and that's only because we're, well, we're busy doing other things. Ah. That's what happened to all our dirt. Can I just say I miss the pips right now? And I really, really would like a pip. Alright. We've got more of that. We should probably be careful for where it is, because I know running that basically means we're gonna lose, or we're gonna use up a bunch more, or we're gonna put off a bunch more heat, rather. We may, like, punt this further up into this other cold biome. Though I'm a little concerned for what's going to happen to, say, some of the freely growing sleet wheat. Wait, are you seriously growing in the ground? Or in the tile? Because if you are, that's really cool. I don't think I've seen that before. Okay, so that explains why our research is at a dead end. I think I'm about to teleport yet another person to that colony then, because if... Just dig yourself out. I can't leave these guys alone for like any amount of time because bad things happen. Okay, so we're gonna have to...
They will accidentally kill themselves. Somehow, some way. It will happen.
Okay, so somebody else is getting teleported over here. And I guess that means we're getting rid of the science machine over there just because if they can't finish the job because they have no dirt for research, well, it's not any good to us anymore. What? A dead battery.
Dead
Wait.
Battery?
Or do you mean that there's
What do they
just...
mean by dead?
I know, like, or do you just mean there's no power in any battery and it's a dead battery? Oh, see, there we go. Research is once again moving along in the right direction. So let's get rid of that instead. I mean, I guess I could just leave them alone. But considering we've got the resources to do so, and I'm already in the process of actually setting up for more people to live in Gravino, that we may as well just hurry up and send a third person over. I feel like it's such a huge reversal from earlier, where I was like, you know what, now we're gonna collapse everyone back in to this particular colony. But no, apparently not necessarily a good idea. Biggest downside is I feel like since I've devoted so much time to this particular colony that we're gonna lose some productivity. This is not the right overlay that I needed. Hang on. So I reluctantly gave Nicola. Yeah, it has to be Nicola then. I'm planning on sending over a cook so he can, or the quote-unquote cook, so that he can help out over there with some food production. They're probably okay with just straight up eating meal lice, but I'd rather them eat like pickled meal lice and get a little more
calories out of it?
calories out of it.
Hey, question. What's that one store in the mall?
Which one?
The nerd store.
Think Geek?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I couldn't remember the name.
You're welcome. Okay, so this particular colony is
what are you doing?
probably going to be okay in terms of getting what's it called?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I've lost my train of thought. You can blame the dog for that.
Look at her, Peter.
What is she doing? Oh, she woke up. Okay. Oh shit.
You're such a cute dog in your
I
little
didn't like
present
what I
sweater.
heard. What do we... Oh. You know, I would have been okay with printing things out over there. But sure. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna print out Camille.
It's okay. It's okay.
Because I do need... Oh wait, shriveled taste buds. This duplicate collect a puff's backside and taste nothing. That's nice. Yeah, we're going for the other researcher just because that's exactly the kind of thing that we need. Okay, everything else seems to be doing okay with the exception of the fact that we have no power.
You know you're cute.
That's okay.
Peter,
Is she still in her sweater?
Yes.
Good.
She's still in her sweater.
Good then. Okay, well I'm not sure what I'm gonna have Camille do to rack up more points, but I mean, another research capable dupe is another research capable dupe, right? Sure. Here, let's give people things to do. And I should probably emphasize the building of the ladder down. I'm pretty sure they can... No, if they get rid of that, they can't do anything. Before I doom anybody, hopefully they're bringing stuff down for the ladder first. Good. Okay, I'm just gonna assume they're gonna be okay. And hopefully not live to regret those words here in a few minutes. Again, it's the dupes. They're pretty dumb. And we shouldn't have anybody capable of digging out abyssite in this particular place. That's okay though, it's not really required at this point in time.
Yes, what is it? Okay. Hi.
What'd you do?
I'm a jungle gym.
Yay.
Here.
Yeah.
Here. What is she doing?
You're a jungle gym.
Are you happy now? Why are you licking my elbow?
For the record, it's just a 10-pound chihuahua, but she loves to just climb up and around us. For one reason or another.
Why are you licking my elbow?
Because she wants to.
Why are you licking my elbow?
Hold up, can I see? Okay, that's just a muckroot. That apparently doesn't want to show up on the thing. What is it? Oh. Sorry, I'm so used to hearing that I automatically glance over here in the top left and not necessarily up in the top right.
Why are you licking me?
That's fine. Apparently. Okay. In theory, it'd probably be better for me to continue this particular configuration. That can go away, but that's probably not going away for at least a little bit. And yeah, that ought to be workable for now. See, again, I was wondering what was going on with our whole research situation, and I'm just like, nah, it's fine. They're probably getting it done slowly. No, it's not. It's not happening. Okay, we're probably in a good position to actually just hook up a light bulb up here for this bristle blossom. Probably for both bristle blossoms, honestly, if I aim it right and have it up at the right height. But we'll see. So I'm a little surprised it's showing me everybody for the door access panel instead of just whoever's here. Yeah, I need to tread with caution here just because, holy crap. Hey, the ethanol's actually in a gaseous state over here.
Nice.
Thanks to, well, I'm assuming it's just because there's heat leaking out from, yeah, the oil biome. Or it technically is in an oil biome. And I've already forgotten what you were. The carbon dioxide guys. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna leave you alone. And yeah, we've just spotted 2 oil oil reservoirs at the very least. So I guess there's that for this particular rock. You know, since they're already here, I'm pretty sure I could just set up a mechanical airlock and put down, yeah, just put down something up here for the telescope, because I would like it to get done. I'm pretty sure that's probably going to end up being some of the strategy for this. Just make sure you set up telescopes on further and further away rocks, just because if it's going out in like a increasing radius, it might be more worthy to just do that from the furthest out point instead. Probably should have thought of that one earlier.
Probably.
Okay, that's only 300. They haven't done the drill. I feel like I'm asking too much of these 3 just because I'm tasking them with doing all the research, trying to task them with growing some of the food that originally was just going to send back into the other colony, but again, not really viable right now. We're going to be on a really critical water shortage over here for the sake of research purposes, which is the whole reason we even started shifting our attention to over here to begin with. what? I think we'll... This is probably enough work for them that we should turn our attention back to the other colony once again. And I think I'm honestly going to increase the cooking station up to 9, just because I'd like to see it get done. I'd like to get the orders for mealwood, or pickled meal, to start going. I think the biggest mistake I made right there was accidentally assigning a 9 towards the research station. Not that that's a bad thing, at least we'll get it done faster, but not really my intent right now. What was that? Entombed and too cold. Better entombed and too cold than entombed and too hot, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Alright, so that'll be that. I should probably add in another battery. I'll worry about that one later. Let's rummage about that poor thing and hope for the best. It's probably just another sweater. Probably nothing too big to worry about or anything. And output pipe full. Is it because... yeah. Okay, that could cause us some problems here in a bit. Actually, never mind. I thought it was going to be too cold and that the output pipe was going to go through the activated water sieve and be far too cold, so the moment it went from polluted water to clean water that it would just cause us some issues. But thankfully not the case that happened here. Okay. I think we're gonna have to tackle this in 2 different phases. So first of all, we're gonna just start upgrading the quality of this wire just 1 away. Once that's done, we'll deconstruct the rest of this and connect that appropriately. There's just enough water that I'm willing to actually set up plumb toilets for here. But the fact that the compost piles are throwing out dirt might mean that we're going to leave that alone. What? One or more crops are wilting, yet nothing is happening over here. Interesting. Yeah, I've kind of learned to ignore that warning that, hey, oxygen pressure is screwed up. Like, no, it's okay. Probably. No need to worry. Okay, this finally went dormant, so that buys us time to not have to worry about anything. Are we printing from here? Yeah, we're just gonna print out the Joya seeds. As for which one we're gonna go for, the whole decorating first, it's probably gonna be the one with the most amount of duplicates. But we need to probably plan that out at least a little bit better sooner. Also, there's no real good way to do this right now, because now that the power is most of the way set up for that, we are going to drop in the liquid filter, I think, right there. And it's definitely going to be a case of the polluted water, the hopefully polluted water goes in, and the rest of the polluted water gets filtered out. That's not what I meant to touch. Everything else needs to go somewhere else. Hey look, nuclear waste is an option now. That'll be cool. For later. Okay. there's not enough time in the day left to actually finish executing those orders, so we're not. No research focus selected. I have not seen those words in quite some time. So, we need this particular piece of research, the power control station and the accompanying smart battery, so we can help automate some things. Or rather, automate some more things. We might use this as leaving just the abyssalite layer in this weird ass shape and just call this the Cool Slush Geyser water room. I mean, there's still a ton of ice and other liquefiables in the room, but I think we might just leave that alone in general. It seems to be doing just fine. Also, since that's complete, that means I should be able to look through furniture and start dropping in, yep, marble blocks. Thankfully, we do have granite available to us in this colony. They're not going to be, like, super great because of the kinds of artists we currently have in the colony. And that's okay, but it's at least something. Probably. Hopefully. And yeah, I literally am just slapping them down anywhere. Piss off, bot. Or piss off, double bot.
This is because you blocked that one.
I know. It's acting like a Hydra. Block one and get two more. Okay. Where are we going? That's at least still emitting polluted oxygen. I wonder if there's strategy of taking out the polluted dirt and leaving it alone, or if you should take it out and then run it through that refinement thing. Or I think it's a refinement thing, or it's an oxygen producer. Ah, it's the sublimation station. Is that all the polluted dirt turns into?
I assume.
Then I might start throwing down some sublimation stations, but accompany it with some of the deodorizers.
Remember, the deodorizers are now
I know, it's 5 watts.
electricity fueled.
I mean, it's only 5 watts, but it's 5 watts. Okay, you're really just running the kitchen, and that's okay. Sort of. Let's check up on skills again. There. There's our cook all the way up this time. Hang on. Who's the other one I need? It's you. Okay. We need to, like, keep an eye on Marie and make sure that her masterworks gets pulled through all the way. Right now, I guess it doesn't really matter because she just needs more time to train, and that ought to do it for the power control station. So let's go ahead and slap that one down. I'm pretty sure we're gonna run it in that fashion. We're gonna drop that. We're gonna drop. Actually, no. We're gonna put that in later. We're gonna drop this. I think we'll drop the smart battery. I think we're gonna drop the smart battery here, or probably just here because it can hang out. And we might throw down a coal generator as well, but we're gonna wait for at least a little while. It's not really something that needs, like, immediate attention, I think. There's nothing being researched, but I'm not entirely sure what I should really point at next. We might leave it alone. Actually, no, we're gonna go for the agriculture bit. Yeah, we're gonna go for that. After that's done, we might go look at what's going on with thank you.
You're welcome. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Might go check a couple other things.
Why are you so sad, puppy? Why are you so sad?
There's a new pet or more. There you go. There's your
I guess so.
unicorn head.
Yay! Pony head. What else do you think sucrose can be used for?
I mean, I really wanted it for the rocketry engine.
No, I know, but
Oh.
is that the only use?
Duplicate morale?
Oh.
Yeah. You know, much like the salt.
Cookies?
Well, much like the salt. I guess they're just gonna throw down sugar on their food. Sure.
Sure. Why not?
Hey, that's a thing, right? Okay. Did you hear that?
What was that? Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, no, we're not gonna rush anything just yet. I think we're gonna shift back to Gravino and see what all is happening over here. Especially since we can actually mop some water now. Well,
You're
not
a
that
cute
water.
dog.
Look, we're almost out of
Yeah.
water, so we're gonna have some issues over here very, very soon.
Well, then you might want to fix that.
I can't fix anything on this one. I miss the other colony, the 100 dupe one. Just because of the absolutely absurd amount of water that we had.
That was a good map.
That was a great map.
I like that map.
I will revisit that map. Not as a 100 dupe challenge, god no. But we'll come back to it. That was a really good map. Oh good, there's 234 calories of pickled meal. And what else is here? Okay. So, in theory, I'm probably going to turn this into a small farm. Well, farming room. And just try and leave things alone. So if I take that as the door, I'm pretty sure the farm station is only 2 wide. That sounds about right. But yeah, pretty soon we're going to run into the whole lack of water issue over here, so hopefully we can learn how to use the dang teleporters and stuff. Though I suppose I need to actually dig over here. Which means we might bring in a 4th person that can actually dig through the abyssalite and make their way all the way over here. But for now, yeah, we don't have that luxury at this point in time. Have you learned your last skill point? No, you have not. See, we've got water coming in, apparently. And that's too much water to mop, right? That's too much water to mop. Okay, so they gave power. That's a good chunk of power. And we're like halfway through the cobalt ore process. Alright, if I want more progress, I wouldn't do anything for these guys. I would say I should probably do the oil refinery bits for over there, but again, we've got a water issue pretty much in development. What's this? Holds up to 10 duplicate travelers. I'm kind of worried as to how much fuel you're going to need for that. I'm going to try to not think about it right now. If I do this, it won't require water, in theory. Yeah, I think we're going to just grab that and then worry about research, or rather advancing the research a little bit later. Just because it's really not necessary right now, I think. I am losing a decent chunk of hydrogen up here. I think that's probably thanks to the wild plug slug, which, since I identified it this time, may as well capture that and just stash him in that room. He'll be happier there. Probably. Okay, now it's finally getting built. Once this gets finished, we'll probably do the automation parts for that first. And then we really do need to start the whole battery bank over here. Okay, I did not notice that you collapsed. Congratulations. Also, what do we got? We're probably going to go for the blossom seeds. This, again, not exactly a water-heavy area, so to speak, but I'd rather get more diverse food supplies or food sources going. And that seems like a nice one to start with. So here, some batteries are probably going to land up here. I don't have a clear shot for running a transformer and its appropriate wiring from here, but we can at least either get rid of that and move it up here, or just start planning for how any kind of power wiring is going to run around. And also, I did not realize that there's wild sucrose just in the wall here.
Interesting.
I know, right?
I would have guessed that would have been a type of rock instead of sucrose.
I know, but I'm like, I don't know what rock this is in this particular biome. Oh, it's actually sugar. Okay. I think it's really cool. Okay, so who's idle? Considering it says 4, it's probably mostly in this colony. Did that do anything? We might have to start up a mini storage facility as well to just hold on to the things we keep digging out. And that actually sounds like a good idea, but I need to kind of plan for where, and to be honest, I think I'm gonna anger them by giving them a long commute again. But it's gonna end up coming over here. I don't know what all they're gonna put in. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull off my quote-unquote natural, man-made nature reserves, because we've not yet seen a pip, we've not yet planted a pip, and okay, if there's no research focus going, we may as well finish this project, right? So here, we're gonna drop one there, we're gonna drop one there, and then we'll see if we need to drop one more. I probably should have done the research for, like, drywall. Probably would have been a good idea, but I'm not. I'm gonna go with it's a little too late to actually worry about doing that right now. And we may just keep an eye on these guys to make sure nothing bad happens or nobody ends up getting stuck out here for whatever reason. I guess we have the sand to worry about, but not necessarily the salt. Huh? Was Marie the one we were waiting on? Perfect. There you go. Get to making some masterpieces. See, this is working out fine. The Masterworks duplicant might be another traveler between the colonies. Just because it would be nice to have a little more decorations and more dupes capable of actually doing some stuff between the two colonies. Okay, that takes them there. I really, today, would like to find some other destination. I feel like it's not going to happen, but you can always hope, right? Also good. We can enable the auto harvest on that now because it actually grew. Thanks to the nice shine bug thing. Forgot its name. Shine nymph? It's probably shine nymph. You know, I know we've got this weird dirty biome in the new starting area, but I kind of miss the swamp biome from the base game. Alright, I definitely see water there. Okay, good. They're done with that. In most maps, I prefer to throw down a bunch of smart batteries for holding onto the power, but because I am a little concerned about...
Drink!
Thank you. Since I am concerned about our metal resources
You can
this
go back
time,
to sleep. You're fine.
we're gonna just drop in
You're fine. You can go back to sleep.
normal batteries. I know that's probably not ideal for the sense of power loss over time, but I think it's just something we're gonna have to live with. So we're gonna need that there. We're gonna need that there. And if we can even counter any of this, we're probably just gonna drop a bunch of statues in this area. If not, there's gonna be a bunch of like art and morale boosting things just in the surrounding-ish area to make sure they're not too terribly saddened by anything. I feel like this is more difficult than I'm normally used to.
It is, because it's not as big a map. You know, each of these asteroids are smaller, but they make up with it by the fact that there are multiple. Also, you don't have that much water. Usually you try and find water sources first, and
Usually
you just
we're
haven't.
ridiculously lucky with... Well, I mean, we have. There's 2 water sources. It's just
You haven't gotten them up and running, I guess is the way I should say it.
I've gotten 1 up and running, I guess.
Why is that not connected?
Because it's connected from over here.
No, it's not.
It's connected from the top. There. Now it's connected again.
Why are you attacking your own foot?
Is that what she did?
Yes.
I thought she was just talking to you.
No, she is attacking her own foot.
That's not... Oh,
You're
shit.
fine.
No, she's not.
You have a cow to attack.
Hang on, they didn't change the requirements. They did not. Oh, I'm dumb, and I'm completely overloading that right now. There, hit that, please. Okay, there. Now we're good. That is not the right overlay. That is the right overlay. Okay, so what we need to do is we're probably going to actually finish the connection like that. We're not going to care about any water dripping out from there because it's not going to matter in the long run. In theory, I could have run this differently. I could have made it that just brine gets separated out, but I'm a little afraid of when the ice melts into water. What that's gonna do.
Tail.
Can we help you?
Tail.
Yeah, she's having fun.
She is.
Alright, so that means...
Why are you...
Okay, there's no power because there's no power.
Okay.
Then that needs to be done. And then that actually needs to be delivered. I think we're gonna do through the wall connection here. Yeah, that actually sounds like a great idea. You know, if we were actually able to. Hang on, first of all, does this count as a power plant? Good. Okay, we're going to momentarily not make this, or no, it'll still be a power plant, never mind. Since at this point, if I were to put the, what is this, the plate? Yeah, the heavy watt joint plate through here, we'll actually get rid of this plant because of the sand. Instead, we're going to try and run it from up here. I think we'll accidentally get rid of, what is it? Like, I don't know why you're angry at me. Okay, so we're gonna try and run it through here. We're probably gonna lose, like, one spot where they can hang from and supply power, but that's okay. So that way everything is kind of just connected and fine. Come on, guys. You just got one more to go. You're almost there. Alert surface breach. Isn't this just the normal stuff? I feel like it is. Okay. Like, yeah. It's not as impressive as it used to be in the old maps, just because, I mean, it's kinda not. Ah, you know what? I should probably make use of that, shouldn't I? Do they need their own station? Is there a good way, or is there a good place to... That was cute.
that was
towards
cute.
You. What do you want from me, sweetie?
Look at her.
Hey. Someone's noisy.
Yes, she is. Here, you want your cow?
Uses designated metal
I'll throw
ores
your
from
cow
filter
for you.
settings to create oxygen mass.
Yeah, you want
Marks
the cow?
a threshold where duplicants must
You
put
want the
on or
squeaky
take
cow?
off the mask.
Go get it.
See, it says requirement supply of oxygen or supply of polluted oxygen.
Yeah.
Duplicants can't pass by a station if it lacks enough oxygen to fill a mask. Does that mean that I should actually, like, build this up, but seal this from down here so that there's enough oxygen supply up here, and they...
Yeah, you'd have to make sure there'd somehow be enough oxygen, which would mean sealing things. Here.
We'll come up with something later.
I took your cow.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to call it quits here because I believe we are frozen.
I think you just froze.
Anyway, we may have to report this one for just what the hell happened. I believe the stream is still live, but we're just not able to continue here.
Yeah, the stream's live, but
So,
the game froze.
Well, that sucks. Oh well, I guess we can stop streaming and catch an early dinner or something. Anyways, thank you everybody so much for watching. Oh, well, someone's happy we're done. We hope you're enjoying the DLC stream. We'll be back later tonight with the usual weekly game night beginning at 8 p.m. Central. Thank you for sticking around. I'm talking here, sweetie.
Hey, I'll get your cow.
Thank you for sticking around, Brainless Society. We'll probably be back at this, this being Oxygen Not Included, sometime on Saturday. No guarantees. But anyways, we're off to report this strange bug.
Yes.
And yeah, we hope you guys have a great weekend and a Merry Christmas.
Bye.